Alright, guys, grab your blankets or lie down and cozy up because today we have a special edition of the vlog, which is story time. This is my, what should I call it? This is my story binder, I guess you could say. And this is where I keep all this, my stories that I've written and stuff. So the first thing in here is actually a novel, and I think it might be better. Actually, no, I'm not gonna take it out. It actually has a cover, which is called, I don't know if you guys can see, it's Mission Space. I was so creative back then. There's like a girl with an astronaut helmet. Like, as you can tell by the title, it's it's a spy story. You know, I used to be obsessed with spies when I was younger. Surprisingly, there's no date on this. Usually I would date everything when I was younger, like put the date on it, but this one doesn't have it. So I'm not gonna dox, but I dedicated it to my grade 5 teacher. It says, for him who encouraged me to keep writing. It's so cringe. Anyway, and literally, it's already spelled wrong. So the first page is table of contents. There's 3 chapters only because I only made it to the 3rd chapter. I think the beginning of the 3rd chapter, so I guess it's only 2 chapters worth. So it's like 13 handwritten pages. So I'm just gonna read. So we start with the prologue. It says, "Hi, if you are reading this, you are smart. This is an account of how I, Clara Schultz, became a world-famous but undercover spy. You may not know me as Clara Schultz, but as Charlotte Morgan, business and trade woman. How I got started in the spy business is for me to know and you to find out. Soon, I promise. And if you don't mind reading on, you will find out faster than if you don't read on at all. How I started is probably not what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, oh, she probably got a random note from a spy mission conductor saying that they saw her do something spyish and they want her to be a spy. Well, if you want to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, turn the page." So that's the prologue, page 1. So now it's chapter 1, the beginnings. Okay, so I was born in London, England on January 5th, 1985. I had no siblings, so it was just my parents and I. My mom and dad, aka John and Sarah Schultz, encouraged me to start gymnastics when I was 4 years old. I did that until I was 8, when I started circus. I got really good at circus, so I got to perform in Cirque du Soleil 1996, and I got to be in a gymnastics competition that I got first place in. Little did I know, in the audience was Jonathan Graham, a spy manager/trainer for the CIA. He had been in the audience for every single performance and competition I was in, taking notes. So one day, when I was at home having lunch with my parents in 1997, Jonathan showed up at our door. He was with his assistant/secretary named Lily Cates. "Hello, do you by any chance have a Clara Schultz in your household?" Lily asked. My parents, of course, were confused as to how they knew my name and where I lived. Who are you and why do you want our daughter?" My dad asked questionably. "I, as you seem to not know already, am Jonathan Graham. I am here because your daughter has been accepted into a gymnastic academy. Here is her certificate," Jonathan told my dad. Meanwhile, I had quietly snuck upstairs to watch TV in my bedroom. I watched TV for around 2 minutes, and then I realized it was very quiet, too quiet in the house. I got up and leaned over the railing by the stairs and saw my parents signing forms. Jonathan suddenly got up and saw me watching them, so he waved and mouthed the words, "See you later," to me. Lily also got up and my parents said bye to them, and then they left. Right after they left, my parents gave me 3 giant suitcases and told me to put all my clothes in them. "Why do I have to pack all my clothes? Where are we going? Why aren't you packing?" I asked my parents, obviously not putting 2 and 2 together. I grabbed the suitcases, not waiting for an answer, and went to start packing anyway. I figured they would tell me why eventually. When I had finished packing, I went downstairs to tell my parents I was done, and I found them in the basement talking. They were talking about how they thought I wasn't ready to go wherever they were taking me. The voices started getting louder, and then I realized they were coming up the stairs, so I quickly turned around and hurried back up. "Clara, we see you. Come back down here." But I was too late. "Coming, Mom, coming, Dad," I shouted down as I walked down to them. Then, time passed. "We're on our way to Gymnastics Academy," I sang into my iPhone's voice recorder. Then I got a great idea of talking to Siri. "Yo, Siri," I said. "Yo, Clara," Siri said back. "Tell me where I'm going, Siri." "You're going... Do you want me to search the web for that?" "No thanks, Siri. How is your day going so far?" Can you repeat that?" "How is your day going so far?" "Clara, be quiet, please." "Fine, thanks for asking, Clara." "Goodbye, Siri." I ended the conversation. "Goodbye, au revoir, Clara." Always the last word, eh, Siri? So that was basically my whole ride to the Gymnastics Academy. Once we got inside, we found Jonathan and Lily waiting for us. "Greetings, greetings. Clara, let's get you settled," Lily said as she led me away down a long hallway. Is this where I'm going to stay?" I asked worryingly. "Oh, of course not. The place where you'll be staying is right around the corner," she reassured me. Phew, I was worried there for a second. "Here we are. Clara, this is your new room." "Wow, I can't believe this is my room. It doesn't look like it belongs in a gymnastics academy, though," I said, totally amazed. "That's because this is not really a gymnastics academy. It is a CIA HQ." "What? You mean I was accepted to be a 12-year-old spy?" I can't. Wow, this is so awesome. I'm speechless. I had to stop and take a million breaths. "Maybe you should take some time to calm down before you start training. Maybe even take a nap. I'll come get you in about half an hour," Lily told me. "Okay, see you later, Lily," I said as I got into the king-size bed and fell asleep. Lily, of course, did what she said and woke me up exactly half an hour after I fell asleep. I didn't even hear her come in. I think she was just sitting there, waiting for half an hour. I got out of the bed and walked over to her. I think she thought I was trying to do something to her. "Sorry, Lily," I mumbled as I walked away. "It's time for your training anyway, Clara. Let's get going," Lily said, seemingly distressed. I was almost at the door when Lily got up, put her arm around me, and said, "You get what you work toward." When I asked her what that meant, she said that I would know eventually. Then we headed down the hall to the training room. Time passes. Wow, this is so uber cool," I exclaimed once I saw the training room. Jonathan was there waiting for us. "I guess you haven't seen something so cool and smart before, eh?" Jonathan asked me. "I guess. Can I call you Johnny from now on?" I asked him. "Sure. Oh, yeah, you have an undercover name now," Johnny announced. "Seriously? What is it?" I questioned curiously. "It's very smart, and I think you'll like it," he said. "Your new name outside of home or here is Charlotte Morgan." "Like?" I was like, "Bro, you know I love it. Oh, you know I lurve it." By the end of the day, I knew all the tricks. I had a new iPhone, spy glasses, spy earpieces, and more. It was overwhelming how much new gadgets and technology now invaded my spy bedroom. At 9:00 p.m., I had finally finished unpacking. It had taken me 3 whole hours to unpack. What can I say? I have a lot of clothes. Plus, the suitcases were huge, and about half of the time I spent unpacking was spent lugging my suitcases down the long hallway. I had hoped Johnny, Lily, or someone would come help me, but apparently no one was available. I had to go ask someone at the front desk where the bathroom was, and then I was ready and I got ready and went to bed. The next morning, I woke up at 8:30 a.m. to a place I didn't recognize until a lady that looked like Lily walked in. "Oh, good morning, Lily," I said to her. "Huh? I'm not Lily, I'm Jessica." "The lady at the front desk who just happens to be Lily's identical twin sister," Jessica said. I was shocked. I had wondered why they had such a close resemblance. I got out of bed, showered, brushed my teeth and hair, got dressed, and headed to the training room. When I got there, there was a note on the door. It said, "Please come meet us in the office at 11:15 a.m. There's something special and important we would like to tell you. Jonathan G. and Lily C." It was already 9:30 and I hadn't even eaten breakfast yet, so I went back to my room and ate a bowl of dried Cheerios. Since the news was special and important, I decided to get dressed up a bit. Before I was wearing jeans and a t-shirt, but then I changed into a skirt and a blouse and heeled sandals. Heeled, like sandals with heels. By then it was only 10:47, so I played on my iPhone until 11, and then I went to find the office. I couldn't see it in the hallway I was in, so I went to ask Jessica. Once I got the directions, it was already 11:10, so I ran there and got to the room 1 minute early. There was a big, and I mean big, table in the middle of the room, and Johnny, Lily, and some other people were sitting at the table watching me as I walked in. "Yo, people," I greeted them. "Hello, Clara, we have big news for you," Johnny said excitedly. "Big news, Clara, are you ready?" one of the others asked. "I guess. What should I be ready for?" I asked, wondering how this was special and important. "Your first mission," everyone chorused. "Oh my goodness, this is so awesome. Do I even get my own hoverboard and personalized spy uniform and stuff?" I screamed hysterically. "I think she's ready. Maybe we should let her calm down first," the apparent boss said. After a couple of minutes, they gave me my mission. "You're supposed to go to Disneyland and track down this man." They showed me a picture of this man with gray hair, wrinkles, a bald head, a huge beard, and a nose piercing. That man is ugly. So I have to find him? That seems easy enough," I mused. And that's the end of the first chapter. So, if you guys want to hear the second chapter, then you should subscribe and put the notification, because I'll read the next chapter in the next video. Yeah. And just so you guys know, I think there is a love interest who's gonna get introduced soon. And I wrote this book when I was 10, but there's like, it's handwritten, but I'm not seeing like barely any erased parts. Like, I wrote this all in one shot, which is actually insane to me because I know there was no plot diagram. So that's why it's very confusing of what's going on. I kind of wish I finished it, but yeah, so that's chapter 1 of Mission Space. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and if you want to see more of these, because this binder is full of stories, like short stories and comics and etc. So I can always read those later on. Anyways, see you guys in the next video.